Husna binti Kamsani, number metric 208494. First and foremost, we interview two groups which are payslip and street hawker. Both of these interviews were performed via Google Meet. We inquire about their assets and liabilities, management of expenses after they die, and the way they handle their risk in business management and takaful. First, as for the payslip group, her job is an ikhtiar trust. Her total assets are 955,760 ringgit, which comprise her house, automobiles, property and land, jewelry, cash and gadgets, as well as investment in ASB, KWSP, Tabung Haji, Retail and Etika. She took out a personal loan from Bank Rakyat and purchased some vehicles by making loans with BSN, M-Bank and Aeon Bank. So, the total liabilities is 150,300 ringgit, indicating that her net worth is solid and positive, since her assets exceed her liabilities. Her expenses are 42,628 ringgit and include all of her everyday costs like electricity, groceries, meals and gasoline for her mobility. Her medical or healthcare, personal expenditures for her, takaful for their children and herself, as well as auto insurance and road tax are all included. If she died, certain expenditures will need to be cut by 35% to 60%, while others will be kept and no expenses will be required. As a result, the overall costs have decreased to 24,436 ringgit. After new costs are subtracted from a 5% investment return, the money required to support her family after she dies is 488,720 ringgit. It demonstrates that her husband must prepare carefully to sustain their family without the financial assistance of his wife since he was retired. It also has an impact on her liabilities following an adjustment, resulting in a new total liability of 9,900 ringgit. It decreased because the car was purchased using BSN and will be sold to others. After she died, the takaful needed for coverage is less than her expenses, which are capital needed and total new liabilities that caused her to have a shortfall, which are negative 78,620 ringgit. Next, street hawker. There are tahu bergedil sellers in Johor and Pahang. Based on our interview through Google Meet, her net worth is 1,400 ringgit, which means she managed her business very well. It because her total assets is higher than total liabilities. Her total assets are including home, vehicles, cash and electronics. While for the investment, she invests through Rental and Etika, which is 1,200 ringgit for a year. She doesn't have any personal loan because she used her own saving to run her tahu bergedil business. She purchased a car through Maybank which the value is 20,000 ringgit and her liabilities includes raw tax and income tax. Besides, the total expenditure is 22,220 ringgit and it is not much like the payslip group, and the things spent are same except for personal spending, education and takaful for herself. It because some of the expenses are borne by her husband. After she died, they have an adjustment that will occur, which are some expenses need to reduce among 20% to 70% and some of them maintained by her husband. So the total new expenses will decrease to 15,296 ringgit. The capital needed to sustain her family after she died is 305,920 ringgit after the new expenses divided by investment return, which is 5%. It doesn't affect her new liabilities because it will be maintained by her husband. After she died, the takaful needed for coverage is less than her expenses, which are capital needed and total new liabilities that cause her to have shortfall, which is negative 126,620 ringgit. Their shortfall is worse than payslip group.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Nazhar Syamini binti Muhammad Saleh. Solution and suggestion. Shortfall occur when supply and demand do not match, especially in this context when it comes to finance. So how do we deal with the shortfalls that we face? In short, we should remain calm, but at the same time, act quickly so that we can reflect and change the situation. Identifying the problem in advance is the best method. It is also more economical. One of the first steps that can be taken is to promote early payment in connection with street vendor. Offer a discount to customers who are in debt if they pay in full. Each time a debt is paid, the payment should be adjusted, such as deferring or extending the payment period depending on the value of the cash owed. This is also can be applied by payslip holders. If there is a shortage of cash, wait as long as possible to make the payment, then economize on the use of cash, and if possible, consider installment payments when necessary. So when dealing with money, learn how to manage money properly. Do not underestimate risk management, because ultimately this management will help you and your family in unforeseen critical times. And most importantly, start spending less than income earning so that the excess of money can be invested to protect you and your family.
Hi, my name is Amira Hazwani and my metric number is 280164. I am going to explain to you the comparison between payslip and street hawker. The first comparison is surplus and deficit. Each of them have deficit about RM78624 and 126,620. This is because less asset and more expenses in each of their account per year. Next comparison is the risk taken by both workers. The risk taken by payslip worker are lesser than street hawker. This is because a payslip worker has applied for a Takaful product to protect their family and property. As for the other, the risk is bigger because street hawker did not apply any Takaful coverage other than the insurance for his vehicle. So, the risk for the street hawker to cover all the hospitality bills is bigger. Other than the risk, both parties also have different need for them to cover if the breadwinner die. For example, hospital bills and maintenance bills. This is because the street hawker does not have Takaful insurance covered for his maintenance and hospitality. Moreover, the Takaful needed for coverage for the street hawker is also higher than the payslip worker. Lastly, in terms of risk standing, payslip worker has better risk standing than street hawker. This is because the workers understand the risk that might happen in the future. So, the worker chooses to subscribe for both general and life Takaful for their future health.
Assalamualaikum, I am Nur Akilah Humaira binti Muhammad Sabri, entry number 280198. Next, I will present about reflection before, while and after project. First of all, we have been decided the task for the assignment. Before we doing this project, which is interview the people who have payslip and street hawker, we prepare a lot of things. For example, I'll prepare the question to ask people who have payslip and street hawker. Before doing the interview, we are a little bit nervous because we need to interview other people. But it is okay because we just interview one of our parents and our friend. For this interview, it takes time because the people that we want to interview are quite busy. But the interview were going smoothly. While doing this project, we also struggled to prepare this assignment. One of us assigned to interview her parent for the people who have payslip, and one of us again assigned her friends for street hawker. We interview based on question that we have prepared. We are happy because the interview going smoothly. We are a little bit struggle to prepare for this assignment because we also have another assignment to prepare, but all the process were going smoothly. Lastly, after the project, we felt very relieved to be able to complete on time. With tasks like this, we can apply the knowledge we get in our daily life. We are very happy to be able to complete the assignment, including the interview successfully. We hope that we can always apply the knowledge we get while doing this project and while studying this subject in our daily life.